All right, guys, we'd like to welcome Cosmic to the show. He is our EU analyst for ESL. Welcome to the show, Cosmic. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, Legacy?
Doing
So,
well. Doing well. So let's hear about the EU side of ESL. We just went over NA side. This episode is called the comeback. Can you tell us what's been going on in the EU side of things?
so once the EU started, some teams couldn't have their main lineup. Some teams just failed and they just gave up. But the teams who passed just keep going, and they once they reach finals, they get happy and. So this ESL, as we see, we always see Kings to go to the finals like every time. But every time we see a different team to reach finals against Kings, sometimes they beat them, sometimes they don't. So as we see, Kings is always leading the leaderboards of the EU ESL.
Mm-hmm.
And after that comes Team Ascent.
Mm-hmm.
And the third place is Team Viral.
So what do you think the teams have to do to take down Kings? Are they just unstoppable, or they just have such great chemistry that it's just super hard to defeat them?
Kings are absolutely stoppable. You just need good chemistry with your team and good strategies to put on them that they can't counter. You just need good chemistry, good communication with your teammates, and you absolutely can beat Kings.
Okay. So tell us about AAS. How's AAS been doing in EU ESL so far?
So I'm the manager of AAS, and we were actually scrimming and practicing every week, like daily, 24 out of 7, just so we can be one of the best teams. And we reached finals like 2 or 3 ASLs back.
Mm-hmm.
We beat Ascent 13-6 and got into finals, but we had to forfeit because it was Ramadan and we were fasting and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Now, do you think that's
So
fair that they hold the tournaments when there's obviously other things in real life going on?
it wasn't because Ramadan, but the tournament was like delayed 2 or 3 hours because the servers went down. That made it late, and that's why we had to forfeit actually.
Oh, okay, right on. So basically, I'm looking at the points right now. Kings has 410, followed by Ascent, Viral, AAS, Loco, CSPG, Unstable, and I believe it's pronounced Sikasi. I could be wrong. It
Yeah.
looks like the top eight is pretty much locked in. Maybe besides the seventh and eighth spot. Do you see any big shifts that could possibly happen this Sunday in ESL? Maybe between the third and fifth spot, third and eighth spots.
I think the spots will stay like they are because all the teams just reach the same positions every week and they get the same points, except for Kings. Like they just keep going and going.
Now, with the top eight, once the top eight solidified after this week, it looks like the top four, which would include Kings, Ascent, Viral, and AAS. Are you guys hoping to just basically get a better seed, or just be happy to be in the top eight?
We don't care about seeds. We just see our opponents and we just wish to crush them. We absolutely love to play. We love each other in the team, and we always try to produce new strategies.
Hmm. How long have you guys been a team together?
AAS was actually a modern combat team like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was rebanded new. It was rebanded into a critical ops team like 6 or 5 months ago.
Oh, wow. So you guys definitely have a lot of chemistry.
We know each other since the team Armor Esports or Supreme Gaming. You know those.
Hmm.
We, we are the same people, but we just reunited in AAS.
So moving forward into the top eight, do you guys have to switch your strategy since it's a double elimination in the next round, or do you guys just basically just keep the same gameplay method?
The our gameplay method just works fine for us, so we just try to keep it and even develop it more.
If you had to predict the top two teams that would go to LAN, would you put Kings? Obviously, I think everyone's going to put Kings in there, but you never know. It could be an
Yeah,
upset. Who would your other team be? Because it looks
Ascent is
like.
absolutely a great team,
Mhm.
and Viral is decent as well. Our team AAS is actually good as well. We have some potential, and absolutely Kings that you can't say they want to go to finals.
So basically, like you got the bottom four teams like Loco, CSBG, Unstable, and 6C. They're up there, but they just don't have that caliber of level as the top four. Is it that much of a difference in the EU side?
Those teams, like, they need some more chemistry, some more like communication. They need to be more able in the battlefield.
Now, if your team got to go to LAN, would that be something? Would your team fully be able to go? Because I know it's 16 and up.
We have been working on this, like, let's say it's a problem. We are working on some trials. We are trying to make a new roster or something. But we are absolutely hyped for LAN, and it would be a great experience.
I think what would be really cool because ESL right now is doing a summer thing. If they did a winter tournament and they got to be in Europe, I think that would be amazing. Do you think? Can you see that in the future for ESL?
ESL got a lot of potential, like we see Counter Strike, Overwatch, and League of Legends. All of those have big lands, and the Critical Ops absolutely have the same potential.
Hmm. Now, did you watch the stream, the final stream for Kings in this past ESL?
Loco Squad, yeah, I saw it.
Can you kind of describe what was going on? I know Kings made a comeback, which is odd because usually they're on top.
The game was actually very intense. It was like 13 and 9, 13 and something for, I mean 12 and 9, my bad, for Loco Squad. But somehow Kings pulled out comeback. They are known for playing well, and they actually clutched it for 13 and 12, I remember.
Wow, that's an amazing feat. So they definitely were. Maybe do you think Team Loco got kind of cocky, or they thought it was over, or did Kings just have that patience because they've been there before?
Well, Loco Squad are good people, and they don't get cocky too much. But once you get to the 12 point, the match point, you just got overconfident, while Kings just played it slow and smart.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true because I mean they really don't have anything to lose. They're dominating the bracket. They have 410 points, so they're definitely guaranteed to go to LAN. Um,
Yeah.
as an EU member, do you think the EU and NA side of competition is on an even plane, or is one better than the other?
I would actually say that the NA side is better than the A side because in the NA you have more teams to compete, like Cyclone, IMP, GS, all those. You have like 6+ pro teams to compete, but in EU side it's only like four: AAS, Kings, Ascent, Viral. That's it.
Hmm. Now, since you guys have kind of staked your claim to be one of the more dominant teams, like, do you have any advice for like those mid-tier teams to get better?
Practice makes perfect. You need always to communicate with each other in voice chat. You need to have good chemistry, not to be like salty and mad about each other.
Hmm.
You need to always be like patient and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's one of the things you mentioned being salty. I think that's basically something that separates a higher tier team to like a mid to bottom tier team. Whereas the
Yeah,
pros
exactly.
pros will stay calm, they know their ability. Whereas the mid to bottom tier teams will start raging on each other and become toxic.
Yeah, like once you lose like 2 or 3 runs, they just start raging and stuff. They can't focus anymore.
Mhm. So moving forward to the top eight in LAN, if AAS makes it to LAN, what do you guys have any future goals after that, or do you guys do you have like any big sponsors, website, anything you want to shout out?
We actually got picked up by Cataclysm, an organization. They picked us up. They actually made the contract with us. We're gonna play with their name, and they're absolutely a great organization. They're good. They have good people and stuff.
Wow.
And we always dream about winning tournaments and such, and going to LAN. It's a great experience to play in esports and such.
Yeah, congratulations. That's a big thing. Big thing.
Yeah,
So
thank you, man.
now that you guys are under a bigger org, does anything change, or is it just the same thing, just a different name?
We absolutely better and stuff, so we can make the organization like proud about us and like sponsor us with some stuff, jerseys and other stuff.
Hmm.
It's always good to be in your spot.
Hmm. Do you feel like there's more added pressure now, or is it's just go and do work?
There's always pressure on like a pro team and competing, but as I said before, you always need to be patient.
Hmm.
You always need to play slow, be yeah, those kind of stuff.
Hmm. I mean, I think that's all I really have, unless you have anything else for us, Cosmic.
Well, the EU side is actually a good side of this community. They keep growing and stuff. Other
Hmm.
teams come, other teams disband, and I would say thanks for getting me this show.
Hmm.
Thanks you, Legacy.
Yeah, we'll have you back on next week so we can get into the recap. Not to be biased, but I hope you guys win the championship this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week, buddy. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Peace.